Well, welcome to the Money Tips podcast presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joe Sengel, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Megan Hibbert. Are you fired up today?
Fired up. Happy Monday. We are on episode 324.
Yes, and you drove all the way from your new state of residence, North Carolina, all the way to South Carolina.
Just
so
to
far.
be with you.
Yep, just to be here live in the studio, and we're recording some podcast episodes today. And today we're talking about why your budget isn't working out. So I like our phrasing, why your budget isn't working out.
Yeah.
Because I think of exercise. Like I'm imagining a budget, lifting the dumbbells, right? And it's running, why it isn't working out, why it's not fit. But that's probably not what we're talking about, is it?
It's not. But that would be an interesting episode.
Okay, so why isn't your budget physically fit, or why isn't it working out?
I feel like a lot of times people are like, well, I tried a budget and it didn't work, so I'm done.
Yeah, I'm so sick of my budget. My budget's terrible. It's just budget. I tried it, didn't work for me.
So I'm done.
So I'm just I'm gonna operate on that one method that has worked for so many. I'm just gonna hope it works out.
Yeah. I'm like, you might try food one year and not like it, but then you try it again and you love it.
Hope is not a strategy.
Or you might have tried some kind of workout exercise and that didn't work for you, but this other kind did,
So we have a number one reason why budgets do not work.
Yeah.
It's the number one reason why. And it's because it is not
realistic.
Yes. People lie to themselves so bad when they're preparing budgets.
It's so easy to lie to yourself.
It's so easy. We can convince ourselves. I mean, let's just say this way. We don't intend to lie, but maybe we become overly optimistic when we start putting what will require challenging financial decisions into the budget.
Yeah.
So what are some statements that we say to ourselves that in the moment we believe, but when we look back, say, we may have lied to ourselves.
Yeah, you say, we're not going to eat at restaurants this month.
Yeah, we're not going out to eat.
And your kid's on a t-ball team and your other kid's doing gymnastics and you know you're going to have to eat out.
And 4 nights a week, you've got activities and you're not going out to eat ever? Okay. What's another one that we hear all the time right now?
Yeah, you say, I'm not going to buy anything on Amazon this month. And then that one button you click.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy anything on Amazon this month.
Buy this.
And then you reduce it. I'm not going to buy anything on Amazon this week, day, this hour. Hey, let's just ask the person watching this podcast, when's the last time you bought something on Amazon?
Yesterday.
Okay. What's the next one?
I'm not going to talk about my favorite store this month.
Yep. I'm just going to skip it this month. I'm not one of my favorite stores. What's the favorite store right now? Target for you?
Well, our town that I moved to, unfortunately, does not have a Target.
Oh, my goodness.
But my parents live about 30 minutes from where we are, and they have like 10 Targets within 5 minutes of their house.
Serious?
It's ridiculous. So I just go to their house. It's fine.
So it's easier to not shop at your favorite store when it's not in close proximity.
I've had to start going to Walmart.
Oh, there we go.
But I will say the Walmart in our town is actually very nice.
Walmart's got their game going.
And they have stepped it up. I've been very impressed. Moving there, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But I have been really impressed.
And you know what? They have eyes, and they've seen how Target's been doing.
They got to do something.
So the next lie that we kind of say to ourselves, I mean, the way that we overly optimistically convince ourselves is, I'm not going to play, insert your favorite activity or hobby here, like golf, video games, whatever it is. I'm not going to do that this month. I'm not going to go to the game this month. I'm not. And here's what we know. Extremes rarely work.
Yeah. They're just not sustainable.
So this is why budgets don't work. If you lie to yourself, listen, it takes 15 minutes, an hour to put together a budget, but then you have to go live it for 30 or 31 days. And if you're not realistic, that budget is going to fail. It's destined to fail.
Yeah.
So there's an antidote to that.
So allow a financial coach or a trusted friend to review your budget for reasonableness.
Yes.
What a word.
Like reasonableness is really important.
Yeah.
And having that coach, having that friend who's winning with money, look over your budget, look over your numbers, and say, hey, yeah, you you're way off here.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you're not going out to Chipotle this month? You're not going to Starbucks? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So if they say, yeah, right, yeah, you need to rework it. That's the antidote, though. And that's why we offer unlimited coaching through Fully Funded Life at fullyfunded.life. Our members get access to unlimited 30-minute Zoom coaching appointments. That's an ideal use of a coach. If you're a member of that, sign up to meet with a coach and let them look over your budget. Because they'll look at you and say, yeah, right.
Yeah. And they also might see this next thing. So another thing is forgotten or unexpected expenses.
Oh, this is a big reason why budgets don't
go
to the gym and work out.
It's easy for you to create a budget and you think you thought of all the things, but you've forgotten about, oh, this month we have back to school, or this month my kid has this thing at school that I need to prepare to bring, or this month our family's doing this get together, or we have our quarterly insurance premiums, or a car repair, or there's all of these things that you don't remember that you have to pay that month because they're non-monthly expenses. So they don't happen. Yeah. They're known upcoming.
They're known, but they're not monthly, so they tend to get out of sight.
Right.
And when you're preparing a monthly budget, especially if you're newer to budgeting, which if your budget's not been working out, you're probably new to budgeting. You got to include savings for these things. You know, Christmas can be forgotten, special birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. Those exciting things like an annual life insurance premium. You've got to have that on there.
Yeah.
And so the antidote to this is the what?
Include an I forgot in the budget and include it in your first several budgets.
Yeah.
So literally a line item could be I forgot, or oops, or whatever.
Forgotten expense. And we recommend, how much money would you recommend somebody who's saying, we're going to trust Joe and Megan, we're going to put together a budget again. How much money should they put in there to start with?
Maybe the first month, maybe, like $100.
$100.
And I think you could go down, like as you're starting to get it, maybe month 3, it's only $50.
I do not include a we forgot line item in our budget anymore because we've done it for 21 years every month.
Yeah.
But I still have expenses that pop up that it was like, I did not know that was coming. Right. Like the annual pass from football. And for us to get the annual pass and a parking pass at the high school, good grief. But it's how they fundraise. Didn't know that number. I knew it had a number.
Pass to park?
Well, you can get preferred parking.
Oh, at the football games?
Yeah, at the football games, which at our ginormous school, that's a problem. So my bride thought it would be helpful to support the team since our son is on it. Parents tend to care about their kids.
That is true.
It's really weird. But we had to put that in the budget. And when I said, okay, well, we'll put that in the budget. And then I found out how much it was. I was like, what in the world? Am I getting like a commercial during every single break in the game? And then I found out that was like the entry level. So anyhow, include an I forgot in the budget and include it in your first several budgets. It will be a great antidote and will help you be able to say, my budget is on that treadmill. It is working for me. It is working out. All right, let's do the third one.
Yep. So obsolete. So this occurs when budgeting time period is just too long.
Yeah, the budget gets obsolete. It's obsolete, especially with inflation. Especially if you budget for what's too long of a period for budgeting to go without budgeting?
I mean, right now it feels like everything changes month to month. Like I went to the grocery store last month and I spent this much, but now I'm spending this much. Or, I don't know, it feels.
Behavior that I see is people want to sit down and they want to budget like an entire month, a month by month for a year. They just want to be done with it. Let's plan it out. January through December, let's map it out. And the issue is they don't ever revisit it.
Right.
And things get obsolete. I'm telling you, things that we knew in January are different than what we know now about the month of October 2024.
Yeah, or it's January and your kid decides in August they want to join the soccer team. Well, you didn't plan in January for them to be on the soccer team in August.
And, other times things change big time, like you chose to move.
Yeah, in January, I didn't know we were moving.
Yeah. You did not know that.
My budget looks
Totally different.
completely different.
Right, like right now, the house is sold.
We don't
You have no house payment, but you're renting an apartment.
Yes, so we have an apartment payment, which it feels like a down payment on a.
Yeah, and now the house that you're moving into is getting completed.
Yep. So we have
Building it?
less than a month in the apartment. Praise. I don't know how families. If you are a family and you're living in an apartment, bless you.
I've done the boomerang back to an apartment.
It is
before.
hard.
It's hard. I will tell you when it's hard. It's hard when you've lived in a house with elbow room
Yeah.
before and you have to go back and compress.
But we're gonna feel like we won the lottery.
Yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
we move into our house.
When you can get away from everybody else
When the
and
kids
not hear them.
all have their own room. This morning, I wasn't even there. So I stayed in a hotel last night, praise. But I know one kid woke up at 5:15 and all three of them were awake because one was awake.
Get fired up. You know what? Listen, I like his style. If I'm going to be awake, you're all going to be awake.
You're going to hear me.
But that budget can be obsolete. And these are the top 3 reasons why budgets have not worked out for people. We are not realistic. We forget stuff or unexpected things happen and then obsolescence. But listen, you need to stick with the budget because it will help you maximize your dollars. If you're having challenging financial times, it'll help you maximize them, but it will allow you to explode your dollars when you actually establish margin. That budget will be your ticket to success. Yeah. Any last thoughts?
I mean, we usually say it takes a good 3 months to feel like you've gotten everything. So the first month, you're probably going to forget something major. That's why you have the I forgot category. But like you get 3 months in and you're like, okay, I can do this. Like and you get 6 months, 9 months, you're a year in and you kind of have all the expenses that you've gone through and you feel like you know what you're doing. You're working that muscle memory and then you get down the road and it's not as challenging because you've worked that muscle and now you know how to do it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Way to go. And listen, y'all, we would love for you to do a budget. We have free budget templates. You can find them at fullyfunded.life and you should download it and get after it. I think you'll look back and say, I'm so glad I did that. Have a great week, everybody.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. There's a lot more content on our website. We got a few of them linked right here, and we got a subscription link as well. We would be so honored if you would click that like and subscribe button and go learn some additional stuff so that you can live your fully funded life.